But NovaPack relies on what we call the procurement brain. It's an interconnected network of meticulously structured documents, engineered to execute rapid pivots. If you want to build a truly resilient supply chain, you need these components to actively filter data, not just passively hold it. Think about the structure here. You have the ops dashboard structurally linking daily inventory to burn rates. You've got the ESG scorecard automatically calculating carbon thresholds, the QA procedure legally categorizing alternative materials, and the logistics matrix pre-mapping emergency routes. The entire purpose of this structure to act as a living, breathing system that completely removes human hesitation when disaster strikes.
Section 2, the sensory system.
Okay, so when the crisis actually hits, two different senses in this brain fire off simultaneously. First, the ops dashboard. Its internal structure automatically cross-references current stock against daily consumption, and boom, it immediately flags that 18-day critical window. At the exact same time, the ESG scorecard fires a structural warning based on customer contracts. It says, hey, any replacement resin must have a delivered footprint under 2,000 kilograms of CO2 per metric ton. The system's purpose here is perfectly defining the constraints. They need resin in less than 18 days, and it absolutely must be low carbon. No exceptions.
Section 3, the logic engine. With the problem clearly defined, the system's structural algorithms just take the wheel. Remember, time is the enemy here. Standard supplier qualification, that usually takes like 45 days. We don't have 45 days. But NovaPack's QA document is literally structured as a logic gate. It pre-classifies alternative resins way before a crisis ever occurs. It instantly identifies Lot Chemical Titan's resin as a Class A drop-in substitution. The whole purpose of setting up the document structure this way is to legally bypass weeks of production trials, meaning they only need a swift 4-hour incoming quality check when the stuff arrives. Honestly, the logic engine just bought them their survival right there.
Next up, the emergency logistics matrix evaluates those pre-approved alternatives. Its structure is built to instantly compare complex variables. For instance, SABIC in Saudi Arabia versus Lot Chemical Titan in Malaysia. The algorithm rejects SABIC immediately. Why? Because the structure flags that SABIC's 22-day sea freight blows right past the 18-day deadline, and the sheer shipping distance breaches the customer's carbon limit. Oh, and it's RM 575 for freight versus Titan's RM 85. So it algorithmically selects Titan's route from Pasir Gudang, securing a rapid 2-day road transit at a fraction of the cost.
Section 4, the motor system.
All right, with the decision flawlessly made, execution happens basically instantly. Because their logistics document structurally pre-maps freight routes, there is no frantic calling around trying to find available trucks. The designated freight forwarder is already baked right into the operational plan.
Thanks to all that incredible preparation, that crucial 2-day road transit from Johor up to the Penang facility is locked in without a second thought.
And here is where the ownership structure is just a total game changer. The category manager issues the purchase order immediately. He doesn't have to waste 3 precious days chasing down executive signatures, because the decision ownership register is explicitly structured to authorize him to act up to RM $500,000 during an active emergency protocol. The core purpose of this specific document? Eliminate bureaucratic bottlenecks when every single second counts. Section 5, building true resilience. Let's look at the final resolution here, because it's pretty wild. By switching to Titan via road freight, they didn't just barely scrape by their environmental obligations, they completely crushed them. They actually dropped their Scope 3 carbon footprint for this material by 17%, bringing it down to 1,662 kilograms. This easily satisfied their customers' strict threshold and aligned perfectly with their own internal ESG goals. And the financials? Absolutely spectacular. This rapid, structured response prevented a catastrophic RM 756,000 loss in downtime. But it gets better. Because Titan's pre-approved rate was actually cheaper than Hanwha's, they saved over RM 10,000 on the order compared to their original contract. By relying on a pre-approved Tier 2 supplier, they completely bypassed the absolute chaos of the spot market, where prices had spiked to RM 5,380 per ton because everyone else was panicking over the exact same crisis. Ultimately, Line 1 never even stopped running. Which brings us to the ultimate lesson here. NovaPack did not get lucky. They intentionally engineered their own survival by ensuring their operational, financial, and environmental data were structurally interconnected long before the crisis ever materialized. They literally transformed standard digital paperwork into an active, automated defense mechanism. So I want you to take a hard look at your own organization today. Honestly ask yourself, if 68% of your most critical supply just vanished tomorrow morning, would your standard operating procedures act as a living, breathing system to save you? Or are your documents just sitting there collecting digital dust while you wait for a disaster to happen? Think about how you can start connecting those dots today.